Alright, so we're back with number 6. And number 6 is, what if the ticket price is 110 and as a result more students are interested? The 2,000 variables of the bus is for a 60-seater bus, irrespective of whether 60 students or less go on the tour. If more than 60 students are interested, the bus company has agreed to provide a second-seater bus at 1,000, irrespective of whether they'll be able to fill the second bus or not. How many students need to go on the tour in order to break even? And this is in brackets, but in the exam you won't be told the step fixed cost, but you can see it's a step fixed cost scenario because within the relevant range of 0 to 60 we're paying 2,000, and effectively from 61 to 100 we're paying another 1,000 rand for that second bus. So to answer a question like this, you don't have to assume that you necessarily going to take the second bus. One of the principles in management accounting that we want to pay the least amount possible. So in other words, we want to see if one bus will be enough in order to break even, because if it is, why do we need 2 buses? We're going to be wasting money. So and this solution to all these is in your notes. I'm going to just jump to the solution just because it's nicely explained. So in the solution, the first step is to determine how many students will need to go on the tour in order to break even, but first assuming that only 1 bus will be required. So if we apply the formula method, and just you can apply the equation method as well, but just to make it faster, the formula method is essentially fixed cost divided by contribution margin per unit. And remember, the fixed cost is 1,000, contribution margin is selling price minus variable cost. So the new selling price is 110 and the variable cost is 80. So 2,000 divided by 30 gives you 66.7 students, or 67 students. Now clearly 67 students is too much for 1 bus, so therefore we clearly need a second bus, and if we get a second bus, this 2,000 will increase. It will go to 3,000. So now we can apply the same formula, only difference is that becomes 3,000. So we simply just say to break even is equal to the new fixed cost, because we need the second bus, of 3,000 divided by the contribution margin per unit, which is 110 minus 80, or i.e. 30 rand, and therefore 100 students need to go on the tour, and guess what, they will nicely fit into 60 in the first bus and 40 in the second bus. Alright, so that is number 6. Then I just want to go to number 7. Number 7 read, once again, assuming that only 35 students can go on the tour, what if the wine farms price their tickets in US dollars? The selling price of the tour is $16. What would the exchange rate need to be in order to break even? So in this case, basically the selling price is in US dollars. Right, so the selling price is in US dollars. So basically it looks like it's all hectic because there is now an exchange rate, but I'm going to show you how simple it is. It's still going to be the basics, that our selling price is going to be $16, but remember everything else is in rand, so we need to multiply the $16 with an exchange rate to effectively get it in rands, but we don't know what that exchange rate is. We need to calculate it. The variable cost will still be 80, and the fixed cost will still be 2,000, and the quantity is 35. And the only thing that changes now is the following, that we are going to say selling price is equal to $16 where's the dollar sign? $16 times 35 students times an exchange rate. Variable cost is 80 and fixed cost is still 2000, and that is still equals 0. So now what happens here is 16 times 35 is equal to 560 times the exchange rate. That bracket, next bracket count, this next bracket is 2800, and that's minus 2000 equals 0. So then effectively you have 560 times the exchange rate. This can be effectively added together, and if it goes over to that side, you have 560 equals to 4800. And now the exchange rate is simply 4800 divided by 560. And if you work that out, the exchange rate needs to be 8 Rand 57 to the US dollar in order to break even. So can you see, even though there was an exchange rate there, all that happened was the exchange rate is linked to the selling price, and so now the exchange rate is unknown, and once we know that the exchange rate is linked to the selling price, we fill in everything else we have and we just solve for the exchange rate. Alright, so we're going to end this video there for now, and when we come back we're going to do number 8. Thanks.